Hi y'all, I'm Zizi.
And I'm Buyi.
And welcome to Not Really a Podcast, where we have conversations about
anything and everything.
Right, so guys, today I have a nice little fun episode for us all. Okay. And I have like a nice prompt that I copied. I have to say the disclaimer because Sana, what if somebody has watched the video that I copied and then they're like, copied.
We don't want Nara and Ona's
saga. So for the sake of not being Nara and Onezwa, I will tell y'all that I absolutely copied this stuff. Okay? Right. So, guys, how do you make sense of your soulmate now being your ex? As a modern dater, there's going to be multiple people that you are going to envision a life with that you will end up losing and having to make peace with. And that, I think, requires us to rewrite some old scripts. So many people think of a soulmate as our one true match, a person we are extremely drawn to and we know we are meant to share our lives with. And while this concept held up nicely several decades ago, you know, when people got married a lot younger, it seems like
they spend the rest of their lives together.
Yes, it seems like the story is no longer what we experience as modern daters. Okay. So, according to the National Center for Health Statistics, those of us born in the 80s and 90s, which is us, are not only getting married later, right? We're not only getting married later, but we're literally on pace to stay unmarried at a rate that is substantially higher than the previous generations.
Is it? Interesting.
Yeah, and it was like a study that was done. So, Utishen, because now, Utishen, the way that I've reconciled with this is looking at soulmates as not destiny bound long-term lovers, but instead as supernovas, bright, attractive, electric, powerful, but fleeting romances that are meant to transform us, but not necessarily stay with us forever.
Oh, okay.
Meaning we can experience many, many soulmates, but most of us will choose one, or in some cases, a small number of those polygamous, whatever. But in most cases, some of us will choose one or a small number of people to try a life partnership with. And that's the key difference. A soulmate is a person that your subconscious, that God, the universe chooses for you. But a life partner is someone that you consciously, enthusiastically, mindfully, and consistently choose for yourself. And of course, vice versa.
Oh, interesting.
And they choose you too, you know. So a soulmate is like a human J that can come into your life and like you are like that godly connection, you see. But then there's also life partners, and that's the person that you will choose for yourself. Basically. Okay, so there was a video that I wanted to play, like a clip. So I'll play it for the people, and then while we watch it together.
Okay.
And then from there, we'll continue the conversation.
Right. There are many people you will love, and they are not necessarily the same people that you will make a life with. Are you looking for a love story, or are you looking for a life story?
That's good.
You understand?
Yeah.
There are many people have had love stories. It's a whole different story. I never thought for a minute I would live with these people. It takes something else to have a partner in life with whom you're going to go through the pains, the sufferings, the challenges, all of that.
On her website, Esther goes on to say this too. Life stories are not the same as love stories. It's a different set of ingredients, different aspirations. We can have an incredible romantic interlude for a few months, totally disconnected from our realities, and it can be a perfect, beautiful love. But it has little to do with the intricate scaffolding that supports a life together. Viewing marriage as the ultimate goal of a romantic connection reduces a complex set of needs and stuffs it into a social construct that doesn't serve every type of relationship we can have.
So I think playing this clip is important because Esther is taking care to communicate that a relationship isn't a waste of time just because it didn't stand the test of time. Okay. You know? And after all, we don't look at shooting stars as failures. We see them as lucky, memorable, brilliant, but momentary.
Yeah.
And so in today's episode, we are going to talk about the shooting stars of our love lives.
Oh, okay. I'm excited about this one. Nervous but excited.
So we'll be talking about the shooting stars of our love lives.
All right.
Soulmates that never turned into life partners.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And
Okay.
furthermore, we are going to break down 10 different archetypes of soulmates, plus share our experiences with each archetype.
Okay. This
Yeah.
is fun.
So what I'll do is I will say an archetype and then explain it, and then we're going to share like our personal experiences with that soulmate archetype.
Okay. This should be exciting. Yay.
I'm excited to y'all. So okay, we have our first archetype, and this is the stranger soulmate. Unrequited love is still love. We needed them, we loved them, we were certain we were destined to marry them, but they barely remember our last name.
Oh my God.
So this is the guy you absolutely love.
Now you're so in love with him. Like, he's the love of your life. In your
The
head.
love of basically your Delulu soulmates. We could say that. So
Yeah,
do you
we've all
wanna
had Delulu
do you wanna
soulmates.
share your story first?
No, you go first.
I should go
need
first?
I'm old, I remember, so I need to dig a little deeper.
Okay. So my stranger soulmate, he ended up not being a stranger necessarily, but I still consider him my stranger soulmate. Do you remember the story of Tammy?
I remember Tammy. He's the first person. He's the first person that came to my mind when you read
Right.
it. I was like, Tammy.
Tammy.
Yo, guys, she has to tell you about Tammy. I've had it up to here with Tammy. Like,
Guys, the story of Tammy, let me tell y'all. Let me tell y'all the tea. So with Tammy, so I loved him when I was in the 3rd grade and he was in the 4th grade. So we spent to a lot, right? And I just remember I was a kid back then. So I was definitely a late bloomer. But as a kid, you do have like those innocent crushes. And I had like a massive crush on him in grade 4 when he was in grade 4. And that was my first year in that school. You remember, I got grade 3. So in the same year that I arrived at Lodi, I saw him and I was like, this is my man. That's my man. And then that year, because I was a kid, it didn't really mean much.
yeah.
So after that year, he actually left Lodi. So I only saw him once that 1 year. And then he left. So grade says sakula. So you can imagine my surprise in grade 8. I go to my wushe. And guess who I see?
Tammy.
I see Tammy and I'm like, God, is this you speaking? Because it's so weird. Like Eloti, it was really far. Like Eloti and Semawushe, it's like distances away. I think it's about 20-30 kilometers away from each other. So you can imagine when I'm seeing this guy again. And if I tell you my love for him came back, it came back just like that. Guys, I was so obsessed with Tammy. I was so obsessed. I loved him. I loved him.
Yeah, she did.
She
really loved him.
I did. There was a time where he tried to, like, he would wait for me, like, exeni before we go to assembly. He would be in my class in grade 8. He'd be in my class and like bengifika alapha eklasini, but then bengihlala ngifika late because ngihamba ngebus. So we would talk for like a minute and then kushaya insimbi, then we have to go to back to class. And then he stopped doing that because he decided to ufuna ukukholwa yena.
Oh yeah, I remember. He got born again.
He got born again. He went knee deep into the Jesus Christ thing. He bought me so much. Like vele wang stopper vele kunkhulumisa and everything. Guys, I was so in love with this man during Anisho grade 8, and then the December holidays at grade 8. I literally got like sick. Physically sick because I was missing him. I'm sure I'm every day schooling, like even if we're not interacting, but like I keep on seeing him. I remember being physically sick because I miss him. And then mapugu amaga grade 9, literally just that angsana I don't have them anymore, but all of my name tags like at the corner of the name tag there was T's on all of them.
Oh wow.
That's how obsessed. That's how obsessed I was. Like all of them, Okpale T, like a small T, all of them, because like that was my man. That was my man. But yeah, nothing ever happened, and it's sad. But yeah, that's my story.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna share mine. I'm gonna say the names. I was thinking about changing the names. Literally
You
to
can
protect
if you
the-
feel like you can.
Okay.
If you feel like they need protection, but I mean, I don't know. I feel like I don't.
There's no
care
need.
much.
Okay, so the one that was my soulmate, my stranger soulmate.
Stranger soulmate.
Yeah, my stranger soulmate was this guy, Kanangsa Funze Fairview, when I was still in
Yeah.
Fairview in grade 7. You know, still discovering boys and what works for me.
Uh-huh.
And there was this guy, he was way older than me, so it was never going to happen. You know, in a pedophilic way, he was just like maybe 3 years older than me, I think. I was 15
Yeah, but
when I was in
like
grade
remember
7.
when we are kids, like older than is like no, grade 3, no, grade 5. They're only 2 years apart, but we're grade 3.
Yeah,
we're grade
exactly.
5
So it was like
yeah.
that. He was in high school. I was in grade 7. His name was Charlie.
Charlie, I don't know Charlie. Hey Charlie, I don't know about you.
Yeah, his name was Charlie. I was
Okay.
in love with Charlie, guys. Bring him tons of Charlie. He was the love of my life. We were gonna get married and have beautiful babies. He didn't look at me that way though. I was in grade 7. He was in high school. You know, high school boys, they're not gonna mess around with primary school kids. And every time I saw him, something in me just.
You had to skip a bit.
Yeah, my heart to skip a bit. I would look at him like when he used to stay maybe police station. He used to stay somewhere around that area, like which is about maybe 2 kilometers away from where I was staying. And every time I'd pass there and I was looking dirty as hell, guys. I mean, I was in grade 7, you know,
Yeah.
but I was looking dirty as hell and I'll be walking there and I'll just see him and I was like, oh my God, love of my life. And it went all the way to grade 8. When I got to grade 8, when people ask me if I'm dating anybody, if I'm seeing anyone, I'll be like, I'm not seeing anyone, but there's just a guy
There's
very
this-
interested. There's this man.
there's a man.
There's a man in my life. You know, even if you didn't know who I was,
Like,
he knew
yes,
who I
he
was,
doesn't know me,
but he didn't acknowledge me in that way.
Yeah.
So like, I started talking about him. Oh my God, Charlie. Oh my God, Charlie. Until I realized that when I got to the high school I was in, it was the same high school that he had just matriculated from. So you can imagine the horror of a grade 8 girl talking about a guy who just left matric. It was like, oh my God, Charlie, my man, and everyone was like, what is wrong with this girl?
Like, what's up with you?
Yeah, and eventually I came out of my deluded states and I realized it was never going to happen. He was
Yeah.
old, but I really feel it taught me a thing or two. He was my man, you know, like I liked everything about him, even though I don't really know him, to be honest. Like I had a few
I
conversations
feel like
with him.
I really love those loves because it's like it teaches you like heartbreak without like the actual heartbreak. If that makes
Exactly.
sense.
Yeah, like I was heartbroken. I was devastated.
Unrequited love is crazy. It's sad actually, but
It is. So
we
that's my story.
move.
Let's move on to the next one. I'm excited about the next one.
Okay, so the next one is the black hole soulmate. The person that we lost ourselves and our sensibilities to, usually our first requited soulmate experience.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah. So this one is like a bit deep because it basically just says like that one person would see like basically
Yeah,
like
basically.
you just lost yourself, like be it in a good or bad way, but like still like you just lost yourself. This is like your first love and you find yourself accepting things that you probably shouldn't have, but you love them and they love
Jafta.
you.
Jafta.
It was Jafta.
It has to be Jafta. I mean, after my crush thing ended with Charlie and I were like over, or maybe Charlie
Charlie and you were over.
me and Charlie in my head were over, you know.
Yeah.
That was not happening. I was over it. I was in grade 9 and then I saw Jafta. I just knew he was supposed to be mine the first time I saw him.
Yeah.
He was cutie. Hi, Kolani. Hi, Jafta. You remember? You know, this was in grade 9 when I was still in high school. And I saw Jafta. We fell in love right off the bat, you know, and we had a very good relationship. I learned so much from him. He taught me some music. That's where my love for R&B kind of comes from. City back then when we were still, what is it called
romantic.
now? Yeah, copying CDs
That's so
or banning
romantic.
CDs as we call them back then. And he'll make them for me with a playlist of all the songs he's dedicating to me. I felt deeply in love with this man, guys. You know, I felt
Your
deeply.
first love.
Yeah, he was my first love. You know, like I fell in love with him so much. And then man being man. Sorry guys, but man being man. Like man being man, he decided he saw someone else that he liked over me. But I get it because when I dated him, I took him from someone else. So
you lost them. You lose them how you get them.
yeah, I lost him how I got him, guys. I'm not mad about that. So when he saw someone else, he took some interest in that person, this girl. She was from Milan. She was a beautiful girl, I must say. He felt like I was devastated. I was heartbroken. Everyone could see my depression. If my friend at the time, Tabuso remembers, I was inconsolable. Like no one could have touched me. I was devastated, guys. I was heartbroken. The things I went through when I found out he had other people or other girlfriends, I stayed with him. I didn't care. I just wanted to be with him. You know, like
you definitely lost your sensibility.
I lost my sensibility. You know.
So you then became, it was that story of like somebody cheats on you and then you become one of the side chicks.
Yeah, basically. I became a side chick in my own relationship with this other girl, and eventually he just got over me and he just moved on with his life. And then I just decided I had to move on as well. It was actually a long relationship, I must say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've always been a long relationship girl.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not me though. I don't feel like, wait, I do. Let me not lie. I wanted to say I don't feel like I have one, but I definitely feel like I need to like give him another name because
yeah.
Let me share you.
All right.
So we're gonna call him BD, like stands for baby daddy. Not my baby daddy, but yeah. So I feel like with BD, he was definitely like I definitely lost my sensibilities, guys, because first of all, I was a side chick from like the word go.
Yep.
And I was so dululu. I was so like, but to be fair,
yeah.
At first, yeah. And I was definitely that side chick. I see, actually, okay. I do want to break up with her. It's just a matter of time now. I'm gonna choose you. You are the one that I love, and I believed him. And when I tell you, like, it's just so embarrassing how I lost my sensibilities with that man. At some point, I was willing to become his second wife.
Yeah, she was.
That's how Delulu. Yeah, that's how Delulu. That's how much I didn't have sense being with that guy. But then, praise the Lord that's over. So praise the Lord.
Thank God for that.
Thank God for that. So yeah, moving on. There's the third archetype is the almost doesn't count soulmate. So this is the person who checked all of the boxes but couldn't light your fire. Like they were perfect, but it's just
yeah, he was a great guy. But
he was a great guy, but
didn't rev up your engine somehow. Do you have one?
No. I feel like no. Almost doesn't count. Wait, yeah, actually, no, let me not lie. I do. It was baby girl, the last one I dated. I feel like she was almost doesn't count because everything was just so perfect, but like almost doesn't count.
Yeah, okay.
Like I don't even know how to like explain it, but you know, because you know the story, like you get me what I'm saying. It was like everything was perfect, but it wasn't. Like Nima soulmates, like when I tell you me and this person, guys, like oh, it was so blissful, like how everything happened. Remember when we went to like the festival Inner Child? I remember like we laughed so hard. I never laughed so hard, bruh. Like it was one of those moments with somebody and you're like, wow, this is like it, like you feel like God exists because of that moments that you shared with that person. Like it's that deep, but like it just wasn't enough for some reason.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Yes, Daddy. Sharp did.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Do you have an almost doesn't count?
I don't have one.
Okay. And then there's the fifth forgive me. But the next one is the only if they. soulmates. So basically, only if they were closer,
Oh.
only if they, only if this was the situation, then we could be together. Only if.
Oh, I have one. I
Tell
definitely
us.
have one.
Tell us about it.
Quite recent. I'm also not gonna say names here. I'm gonna use a different name. I'm just gonna like title her.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I was dating this guy. He was, oh my goodness, like he was my soulmate. He is my soulmate because everything was great. We had a good connection. We got along. We had a good partnership. He was very competent as a man. He wasn't patriarchal in any sense. He was a great guy. Like everything about him was amazing. But if only, it's one of those things. If only they, there's just certain things that I'm not gonna go deep into detail about. There's just certain things that I felt wouldn't work for me long term, like in terms of marriage and things like that I felt it was time to let it go.
Yeah.
Because if
only they were not like that, or if only they did this,
if they didn't do that, or if they didn't act this way, and then I feel they were almost the one. That's my one.
My one is definitely Nosipo. I think, because I feel like if we didn't have the distance, because we were in like a 6-month long distance relationship, and then the only reason I ended it was because we were so far away from each other that there was absolutely no ways that we could be together in real life anytime soon. Like both of us was just too poor. If only we had money, because I feel like distance is not that much of a problem if you can afford it.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah, so the story is we dated bekahlala eSwatini, and which in my head I was like, no, it's fine because I live 10 kilometers away from Swaziland. So in my head I was like, if I can get her to Chepes Reef border gate, we're good to go, right?
Yeah.
Hi. 3 months down the line, she had to move to Durban, which meant so even further. And Magalaphana, we got busy. Like it was just a lot of work that had to be done. Like even if I could say I'm gonna catch a bus to Durban, isn't all that much.
Yeah, true.
Because we got busy. So I feel like Nosip was definitely like, if only.
Yeah, if only she was closer.
Yeah, because the connection was connection, Shem. Like we were very like.
Yeah.
Man. I was in love. And then we're moving on to the other. I don't know. So Signa Baba and again. But this one is juicy. The stay with you forever, but stay away from me forever soulmate. So basically, like the person you'll never truly be over, even though it's definitely over.
Oh my, oh boy. Do we have to talk about this one? Start.
It's here. It's written here.
She's gonna start. She's gonna start. I'm waiting for her.
Yeah. So we will never be together. I'll always love you, but we'll never be together. Whatever they wrote here. My one is definitely Puppy. Duh. You know who Puppy is, right?
No. I don't. Oh, okay.
You don't remember that nickname?
No, I forgot that nickname, but I get it now.
Okay. Yeah, it was definitely Puppy. I feel like even still today, like he's definitely like it's like I saw there's this other podcast that I watched, and the guy said, he knows who he's supposed to be with, but he can't be with that person. And every time he's always looking for a higher than that girl. So like it's always like, yes, I will move on. Yes, I have moved on, but like it's always like at the back of my head, like I don't think I'll ever truly be over him, because I feel like he was like my first real like I'm in love experience. Like
yeah, true. And the connection was very strong.
It was so strong. Like I remember like just thinking to myself, wow, I thought I was in love with BD. I wasn't, because when I met Puppy, that's when I could feel myself. I was like, whoa, I'm so in love. And yeah, but yeah, phela kabuhlungu indaba yami norapeleng, but yeah, like I don't think I'll ever really truly get over him. Like I have moved on from him, but yeah, that's the one to beat is all I'm saying. Yeah, I guess. Sadly enough, I don't like him, but I love him. He knows that's my best friend. He's my best friend. Like
Okay.
we're best friends. Like what a connection.
Yeah.
Wow. She knows.
I'm amazed by the connection myself as well.
Yes. Even when we were together, she would always be like, she was in love with him.
Yeah, I was in love with him for her. Like I've never seen such a strong connection.
Yeah.
It's something I also wanted for myself as well. Maybe that is why I was so, into the relationship as well. But yeah, that's done. But yeah,
it's done. But guys, when I tell y'all, like the connection was fire. Even till today, like if I call him right now, we could talk for 4 hours straight. But like it's those type of connections because you could stay not speaking for years, and then when you do speak, it's like it's
electric.
Yeah, so share yours. Do you have
Yeah, I'm gonna be quick about it though.
Okay.
With mine, it's
Okay.
Mine is M. I'll call him M just to protect the identity. I'm gonna call him M. I was in love with this guy years ago. These were my Middlebrook days.
Yeah, you were young. Like in your early 20s.
Yeah, very early 20s. I think I was 22 when I moved to Middlebrook. Yeah, like I think I was 22. I met him before then. I knew him as a person, but when I was in Middlebrook, I was studying one of my many courses, before I became a teacher.
You've been through a lot. We should actually make like an episode about like life after matric episode. And
yeah,
like,
we should. I actually like that idea. The reality
of
in
life
one
after
of
matric.
One of my
We've
realities.
been through much.
Yeah, in one of my realities when I was still in college, as you might call it, trying to get my qualification. I was not interested in the qualification, I must say. I met this guy. I wouldn't say I met him because I already know him, but we started talking a bit more and we got together, and I must say it was epic. Like I'm still not saying that I'm waiting for someone to be like him, not kind of like what you just said. You know what? At that time, I felt this guy, the way he understands me, the things I can talk to about it with him, and everything else, of course, and his demeanor, his character, and everything. I must say, he's that soulmate that I had that changed my life in so many ways. Certain
You'll
beliefs.
never get over.
Yeah, I'll never get over certain things that he taught me, certain things I learned from him, and what he learned from me as well. And we had to go our separate ways due to things about us. But at the end of the day, I still look back and say, you changed my life in a way, and I'll count you as one of my soulmates, I must say.
Shout out to you, M.
Yeah,
You did the
shout out to
most.
M.
Yeah. And then the one that got away, the good guy or girl who you blew it with, and now they are happy with somebody else.
Oh my God. I haven't experienced that one. Let me just put it out there. I haven't experienced that one. I'm not there yet. We'll wait for Z to share hers.
No, I've never either, because I'm one of those people who see there's no ways I'm gonna mess up something that I want forever.
True. I agree.
Like I would never, like, so there's no soulmate of like no ex soulmate, whatever. There's nobody in this world where I'll be like, oh, I really blew it. No. There's not even one bit. Like if I blew it, I meant to.
Yeah, true. I agree. That's what I also want to done.
I meant to blow it. I probably didn't like you much. I honestly don't even be falling in love like that. So and then the rib-tied soulmate. The relationship that preys on your needs, insecurities, weaknesses, and fears.
Okay, I'll start with this one. I have one to share. I was dating this guy from my hometown. I dated him on the phone. I felt he was my soulmate immediately. The connection we had was electrifying. It was amazing. It was epic. I thought he was the one. In fact, I started imagining myself in a wedding dress, like just on the phone.
Yeah, bese le mimi ukuthi masokhuluma nemuntu wakho uye ngaphandle ejaridini yobuka ukuthi lithende lingamanjani.
That was
You
me.
know you know those ones where you like, oh mara lithende lingahlala la so
Exactly.
bese lana
Then
kube
lana kube ngilabangena
ijegu.
khona, like
Yeah.
red carpets. I was looking at wedding dresses.
Whoa,
I
hectic.
was hooked literally in the
Hectic.
first few weeks of dating, and he was love bombing me, so I was already into him. So I went to go and be with him for a while where he stays, and we started knowing each other on more of like a physical and like more personal basis. And boy, oh boy, oh boy,
Oh boy.
oh boy, oh my goodness,
Oh boy.
oh my goodness, I'm still recovering.
Yeah.
I'm
It
not
was
trying to
bad.
get over him, I'm over him, but I'm trying to recover from the horror.
Yeah,
Like,
from
it's-
the trauma.
the
yeah,
trauma was
it's real.
intense, guys. I'm saying this as more of like a warning. So he started gaslighting me, like intense gaslighting. I didn't see it at first. He started dangling a success carrot, knowing that I'm crazy about success, and he just dangled that success carrot in front of me that at that time I did not know I'll never get. Somehow he was financially like not dependent, but he was the one with the money, but somehow I had to come through for him financially,
Yes.
even though he has more money than me. I didn't even have a job at that time, but whatever money I got, he would like want thousands of rents for me. You know, all the horrible things. I'm not gonna bore you guys with the details, but I can say, yeah, it was bad. It was bad.
It was.
And I counted
real
him as my
bad.
soulmate. And I won't say I didn't learn anything from him. I did. I won't lie. I learned so much. Some of the things that contribute to who I am today. But no, like, yeah.
Don't date narcissists.
Don't date
That's all
narcissist.
I
He was a
always
narcissist.
say.
He was a
Yeah.
narcissist. So yeah,
Sorry,
that's
my
basically my
darling.
story. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's okay. I'm fine.
I ain't got one. I don't have a riptide soulmate.
Okay, no
Yeah,
problem.
I don't think I do. Think my empathy levels are too low for that.
Yeah,
like
they are.
you like there's no you
Yeah.
can't prey on my weaknesses or insecurities. Like I don't know, my empathy levels. I mean, hello guys. Like you can't even make me feel sorry for you. So no. Okay, then the prototype soulmate. This is the person you are so sure is your one, but upon further inspection, you realize it's just a beautiful imposter who taught you what you really needed to know about what you need out of love. I feel like I need a second. The prototype soulmate. The person you are so sure is your one, but upon further inspection, you realize it's just a beautiful imposter who taught you what you really needed to know about what you need out of love. I feel like for me, this one is the same as the almost doesn't count soulmate for me.
Yeah, I would say I would repeat the same thing. So
Nah.
yeah,
Because I feel like I was sure that they were the one, but like upon further inspection, I was like, nah.
Not really.
Not really. And remember when, after the breakup, you told me, Guti, I realized through our conversation, Guti, the reason why things didn't work out, part of the reasons why things didn't work out was because she wasn't an entrepreneur.
yeah,
And I want somebody who's an entrepreneur. Like for me, it's like we can't. I don't want somebody to stand I'm playing in the playing field, and then Begalapa in the stands just cheering me. Like very good support
yeah.
structure, cheering like go babe. But I don't want that. I want us to play in the field together.
Yeah.
Let's get dirty together. Like
You're just
let's both
understandable,
feel
actually. Yeah,
what
like-
it feels to.
Not this girl pushing me.
I'm sorry. In my head, I just. I'm so sorry. But yeah, I think for me,
Okay.
that was that. Okay, so the second last soulmate is called the Muse soulmate.
okay.
So Muse as in MUSE. So this is the person who's meant to teach you about love or connection, but not give it to you. So usually a crush you never get a shot with, or like either celebrity crush, or can be a real life person, but somebody good to you, look at them and you're like, wow, I want that love, you know, or they teach you a lot about love, even if you don't necessarily know them personally,
Oh,
you know.
okay.
Yeah. Do you have a
No,
amuse soulmates? No.
I can't think of anyone from the top of my head.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna pass on this one.
Okay, I have amuse soulmates, and obviously it has to be Shan, because shout out to Shan. I really love like her relationship with her husband, Jared Brady. Y'all check them out on her channel. They have a lot of videos together. And I think I love how they've grown together.
Oh yeah.
I love how they are so extremely honest. Like, guys, Shan and Jared are those type of they are so honest to the point where if Shan meets a guy and she likes him, she will go tell the husband.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, and if the husband, the same happens to him, he will tell her. And like, they've given themselves the platform to be extremely honest, even if it's not like comfortable.
Yeah.
You know, and they do talk about it. Good, see, it's not easy, but at the end of the day, they prefer that to go through the pains of knowing the truth and what's going on in your partner's head versus cheating, like facing cheating and stuff like that. I really love how they've grown. Like, their relationship is just so perfect, y'all.
Awesome.
Like, if you follow them, you'll see what I mean. They even have kids now, and Elapo, they started off as friends with benefits, and then they stayed together for like 6 months or something like that. It was so cute, even how like everything happened. They were together. I'm sure they were friends with benefits, and then they moved in together, still as friends. And then Shan was writing about the types of love, you know, there's Eros love and those type of loves. And then she was like, I've experienced all of these loves. I'm experiencing all of these loves except for Eros love. And then Jared was like, Haibo, don't we have Eros love? And she was like, oh, do we? We do? Oh, okay. And then from there, they made it official with Tanzania, but they said they're in an open relationship. But they never even opened up their relationship because I think like they just loved each other so much.
Yeah.
That in their heads, they like, no, we're still in an open relationship. But in reality, they just love each other so much they would never do that.
Oh,
it's so cute. They are literally the cutest. Y'all check them out. And then the last one, the ultimate one. The last one is the ultimate love of my life, soulmate. So this is the relationship that allows you to be your best self. It allows you to love at a higher frequency. It's a love marked by self-insight, happiness, individual growth, and true mutuality. Do you have a story?
No, I'm still looking.
Me neither. We still have not found the love of our lives. We are single as they come at this present moment. But yeah, I think everybody is looking for, like, at the end of the day, we all want the love of our life, soulmates.
Yeah, we do.
Like, when all is said and done, we want the love
That's
of our
what
life,
we're ultimately all looking for. And if you're not, that's also okay. Some people find themselves to be their own soulmates, and that's okay.
I don't think that's true, though.
No, I mean, like, when it comes to romantic relationships, don't you agree? Not everyone wants an ultimate romantic relationship.
Yeah, true.
Some people are comfortable with never having found love or romantic love.
I also feel like it's like a self-defense mechanism. I honestly don't believe in that. Because Kumbula Alexa, just delicious. I feel like people just
with you on that one.
Do you feel like there's people who genuinely don't want to be in love?
Yeah.
Like who?
Back then, I wouldn't feel that way, but I can't exactly like specify them because I watch a lot of women. I've kind of been in a community on like social media and like I'd say my vlogs and my blogs and stuff like that. And I see so many women actually consciously making that decision. So I'm not one to,
in a relationship.
I don't feel like I should invalidate them. Yeah, they decide they never want to marry, they never want to have children. They decide to remain single, and they say, I trust them and I believe them. They say that they are okay with that, with being single. They are okay with never finding
but happy without indoda.
Yes.
Not
like
me.
And we don't have to agree, guys, but I'm just validating this. You feel that way, and I'm saying that it's okay.
don't validate y'all. Because what's life without indoda? What's life without indoda?
A perfectly fulfilling life.
anyways, guys, this episode was really just to share light on the fact that we do have multiple soulmates as humans, and to just say, Guti, you know, relationships that didn't stand the test of time doesn't mean that it's a waste of time. They taught you something and they were real and it was valid. Whatever love that you experienced, even if it wasn't the love of your life soulmates, they were still your soulmates, and it's okay to acknowledge that and, you know, keep it moving. And hopefully, like, it has given you like a different perspective on your previous relationships. This episode has given you like a different perspective. And yeah. Do you have any last words before we close off the episode?
Yeah, just a vote of thanks to...
Vote of thanks.
Yes, vote of thanks. I'm being formal now, guys. To Zizi. Shout out to Zizi for coming up with this
Shout out to me.
episode. And I love it. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed myself.
Yeah, it was,
I also
it was
learned something
fun,
new, actually,
yeah.
because I didn't know all this until she brought it up. So I learned something new. You learned something new. So we're good over here.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. It's great. Well, thanks for joining us, and we will see you on the next episode. Bye.
Bye.